Hey, it's quite good up here, I like it. Oof, you can see that, that's a naughty drop off that. I feel like I'm in like Soviet Russia. Tell you man, what a day. Oh, them views. Wasn't expecting this. Wow, I've never seen that before. Right, good morning people and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back out bagging some Wainwright Outlying Fells. So I've just parked in Kendal, walked about 15 minutes to this point. I had to work out some parking last night on Google Maps because a lot of Kendal is private and you need permits to park in most places there, but I found a spot and then you can see the camper van behind me in the lay-by. You could have easily just parked there to start this route, but as you can see, very misty this morning. It's actually just gone about 7:30. I drove down pretty early this morning from ours. I left about 5:30 and wanted to get here for sunrise to get on the route as soon as, just in case it gets busy, but I can't imagine it does. The route's about 6 miles and it says about 3 hours and the weather forecast today is meant to be good. But yeah, fresh one to start and let's get to it anyway. So this is actually 2 Wainwright outliers today, Cunswick Scar and Scar. Yeah, they look like decent little fells to be fair. They're not massive or anything. They're in the 200 metres and there's a park called the Mushroom, like a shelter in the centre somewhere. That looks quite good. So it'll be interesting to check that out while I'm here. You can already see this is a mud bath. Well, it's dry now. Oof. You know what, considering it's icy, it's still going into it. Oh, should have went round. That'll be okay. Oh. Again, as I've said many times about these outliers, a lot of bad terrain out here. Not like the proper Wainwrights, the more popular ones with proper paths, but this one actually does look decent to be fair, the whole route, but you know, you can't account for little bits like that, and luckily it's quite frozen over. Do you know what, even though the weather's starting to warm up, it is absolutely freezing, and it didn't say anything about this mist this morning. Driving here, I couldn't even see, driving down the motorway. So where I'm actually heading to, I'm going to take a bit of a detour and veer off a bit to a cairn that I can see on the topo map, just to see what it is in case it's the actual summit of the first fell, as I don't want to walk past and have to go back. It's only probably 5 or 10 minutes on the journey, so I'll go and check that first before I head to where the map's saying. Just actually seen 2 people running behind me through this, like, what would you even call this? Barren like out here. I don't recall ever going into Kendal, to be honest. Been to lakes probably about 100 times and don't ever remember going into the town. I might have, but I was driving through, like, I don't recognise anywhere. It's more like houses and stuff like that, like a proper town, not like the ones out of the way and stuff like that. Apart from the little farmer's track that was muddy, the path's actually really good. See, it's quite rocky and solid. Should even be alright in winter, I think. It's not too bad. You can see little routes heading off into different directions as well. It's weird because I can't gauge where I'm going. So here's that cairn I was referring to before, right in front, and it can't be the summit because it's too low. You can see I've dropped right down. I'll get to it anyway, just in case. But on the map it's saying it's over there somewhere. It's the problem with these outliers, they're not really marked out great on the the topo. You can see there, cairns, so I thought I'd visit this while I'm walking past. I'll show you. It's actually saying the summit's here, 229. Well, anyway. Yeah, I think that's just the marker point, but I want to head that way now. So although it's quite misty, you can see it starting to head up gradually. The detour hasn't really affected me, to be fair. Probably has us on no more than 10 minutes. But I didn't want to get up there and then find out that's the actual summit. I've made that mistake too many times, so it's worth checking. So the mist is starting to clear now. And you just see there, it looks like a massive drop off the side there. You can see like a forest below, just through the mist, but I'll tell you, man, we're only at like 200 and odd metres, but looks quite naughty, that. Oh, yeah, it's clearing. There's the sky. Nice. Got a bit of a cloud inversion going on here. You can see the mountains in the background. Not sure what ones they are, but that's well below that. Actually looks pretty cool, that, man. Belter. Oof, you can see that. That's a naughty drop off, that. Not massive, but that'll do some damage, that, man. Yeah, it's quite good up here, I like it. It's weird, it's something different. So apparently Scout Scar summit is here somewhere next to this wall. You can see I've just headed down here and that's turn right. It says it's round here. Oof, sun is absolutely blinding. Nice, man, decent. Proper trig point. Scout Scar, 229 metres. First one of the day. Yeah, this is decent, I like it. Can't wait for these views to clear up a bit. It's nice down here, old man. It's proper different, this landscape. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Good little start to the day. And as you know, you didn't have to do that detour, you could have headed over here somewhere. Only been walking for 50 minutes, so fairly early, and one down, one more to go. So head back to where we come from, and then over here, and apparently the mushroom, the shelter is only there somewhere. I feel like I'm in like Soviet Russia from years ago or something. With this mist and the weird looking objects, but anyway, yeah. Here's the mushroom, the shelter I was talking about. You can sort of see why it's called the mushroom, like the shape of it. Oh yeah, that mist started to descend again and it went freezing. There's a little shelter from a while back, little seats there. So yeah, you can see a Scout Scar, Cunswick Scar. Shows you where they are. The mushroom shelter. Limestone habitats. Decent this though. Oh, that's good, isn't it? You can see what you're looking at. Obviously I can't see anything now. That's cool, that, man. See what mountains in there. Sick. Oof, man, fell down that then. The mushroom four-way shelter was built in 1912 to commemorate the coronation of King George V. It was refurbished in June 2002. Oh man, why have I never seen this? Or why have I never been up here? Yeah, that's good though, I like that. Tell you something, I think I'd make a return trip up here on a better day. And check out the views around the area, I think it'd be dead good. But anyway, yeah. Just a quick stop off, I'll grab a drink and then head over in that direction to the second fell. So that car park I've just passed, I read about that last night, and that was actually going to be my backup car park. It's literally the height of where the mushroom was and Scout Scar, and it's probably 5 minutes away. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was built for like wheelchair access, so people could get up to the fells easily enough, obviously in a wheelchair. But I actually wanted to park in Kendal instead. Yeah, you could actually park there and walk down towards Scout Scar and then back on yourself. But yeah, it's another option if you can't park in Kendal anyway. This is called the Bradley Fields radio mast, right next to that car park. Car park's just through the trees here somewhere. Oh, and there's another car there. Maybe you can park down here as well, not sure. Oh yeah, another car park. Oh, sound. And the good thing is they're actually free. There's no machines there or anything, no ticket machines. So they're good options. Even if you just want to come up and go for a walk around here, at least you know they're there. Oh, it's quite scary, that. Yes, there actually was a second car park. I've just checked on the GPS and it's listed. So that's another backup option if you need to go somewhere around here or just want to get closer to the fells. Cunswick Fell, that's where I'm going, 1 mile away. Not too far. See, nothing's cleared up yet. So when I said earlier on the route to take about 3 hours, I don't think that's going to be the case. I've only been walking for 1 hour and 20, and a mile away from this and then back the car. It's actually not that far. And you know what, to be honest, I think I'd tackle this again. By the looks of it so far, I'd have a go again this on a good day. They probably can't forecast a miss, can you? As easy as the sun and stuff like that. So it is what it is, and that's always the thing about getting here early before the temperature rises. You're running that risk, aren't you? But so be it. Still enjoying my little day out anyway. It's just weird because you can't see far in front of you. Just started to clear up. Look at that sky, man. What a day for it. You're starting to see stuff now. Just out of sight I could see over towards Kentmere and a few of the mountains there, and there's actually snow on them at the moment. It is the end of February now. Yeah, I'm being on any of the high ones for a while, to be honest. Just saving it till it gets a bit warmer. Start getting some more wild camps up there. But yeah, I'm liking this walk, you know. Very surprised. And our summit's only going to be up here somewhere, nearly there. So I can just see the summit in the distance. Quite a few cars up here. Look at that view, man. Unbelievable. Loads of runners about. Must be a popular one with the locals. It's like not too taxing on you because they're not massive fells. But I can see why it's so popular once it's cleared up. Tell you, man, what a day. Oh, them views. Just cracking that, man. Oh, I'm so glad I came out here. I love seeing animals out on fells. Hey, there's sick cars then, man. How good are they? Proper hairy, man. Hello, mate. Is that a Highland cow? Oh my god. Hello. That is sick. Wow. That's one of my favourite animals, man. I think it's a Highland cow. Correct me if I'm wrong. What? Belter. Mate, the Wainwright Outliers shock me again. Belter. I know it's only small, but the views around us class. See over towards Kentmere and that there. There's all the cars behind. Look at that view, man. Unreal. And this fell's a belter. Ah, made up. Cunswick Scar, 207 metres, second one of the day, and that's both of them boxed off. But yeah, what can I say, man, belted little walk. Wasn't expecting this. Obviously clear, it just looks unbelievable, clearing up, and anyone who knows me, love animals, man, so that was a pleasant little surprise. And Yeah, they might be lower, but look at the views you get around the lakes. Class. I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing here, man. What a great start to the day. Anyway, people, what a surprise that fell was. I'm just gonna head back to the car now. Currently at an hour and 50 minutes. I can't see it taking no more than 30 minutes back, so put you less than 2.5 hours. Built a little route, man. Obviously the mist threw me off this morning, but dead happy with it. And the ground's even been great on this one, where some of the outlying fells are a nightmare. This is sound, and this has just topped it off for me, mate. Seeing these cars. Sound a bit sad like, but love all this type of stuff. Don't see none of this on the main Wainwright, I'll tell you that. And yeah, that island cow thing's a beast. Ah, that's boss, that, man. So it looks nice and straightforward back to the car. And as I mentioned earlier on, you could have just parked at the car park higher up. I found that quite boring, so I went for the more circular route from Kendal instead. But yeah, it's not a long day, you know what I mean? Tell you what, it's not half funny. Every now and again, I can just see in the mist someone like bobbing up and down towards me running. It's like something out of a horror movie. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. Can you see that? Whoa, that's weird, man. It's obviously the sun in the mist. That is strange. Wow, I've never seen that before. I've seen it up in mountains, what do you call it, a spectre or something? But that looks different. Wow, that's mad, that. And here's what I was saying about people running towards you. You can see that person in the distance. A little bridge over the motorway. That ring's mad. You know what's funny, when you're driving towards Windermere, I always wondered what that bridge was. You drive past it on the way to the lakes every time. Always wondered where it was actually, and now I've crossed over it. Couple of houses in the middle of nowhere here. Nice views over to the mountains. I said I was meant to head up here somewhere. I'm not sure where the path is. This road goes all the way back to my car. I was just looking then on the map, and I looked at this road, and it just basically comes out on the road where my car is. So that's the jackpot, because that took some time off it. But I'm not too sure where you'd have went up there. It was saying there was a bit of a path, but it was taking me back all the way to the start of Kendal, whereas I'm parked in the centre somewhere, so this just gets me all the way back there, I think. Obviously there's no blockage or anything. But yeah, man, some houses just on a back lane, nice up here. Ah, that must be a mine down there somewhere. An active one. See machinery everywhere, you can hear them. So I've actually ended up at the tip somehow. Right people, let's get into the route. So if you search Kendal on Google Maps, you've got the main part of the town here, and just down here on this road called Greenside, there's a side street here. This is where I parked. So as you can see, you can park quite a few cars down here. I don't actually think that's there anymore, to be honest. I didn't notice that. And just up there, there's a parking sign to say you can't park beyond that point. But I got there early and there was loads of room there. There was a few locals cars here, but you don't need a permit to actually park here, although in a lot of Kendal you actually do. So I'll just come out of this road here. And if you look like down this road, there's a lot of residential parking, and it says permit holders only. So it was a bit of a nightmare trying to find that side street, but I'd done a bit of digging and found it after a few hours. So here it is in a different view. Green sides, as you can see. I'll just remove that. And there's the main part of Kendal. So as I say, it's next to Green Side Lime Kiln, a little street. So zoomed out, you can see up the road is Underbarrow Road parking, which is the one I mentioned is right next to the mushroom. You basically drive up that road I parked on, And here it is. So it makes sense that because you're driving up, you're actually doing a lot of the ascent going up that way. And here's the car park here. Again, this doesn't have a machine or anything, so it should be free. I didn't actually walk into this one, I went to the one next door. But as far as I'm aware, there shouldn't be a machine, so it should be free, as I say. And there was the radio tower that I walked past. And I just walked through these woods here, the other side. And if you zoom out, there's the one I've just shown you. And this is the one I actually walked past, which is next to it. So there, it's just like a circular car park. And I actually seen campers in there that had stayed overnight. And again, that didn't have a machine. So as I say, here's Kendal. There's where I parked. And there's the Underbarrow car park. So you've got a few options there. You know, if you don't really want to walk up from here, as I did, over the motorway and stuff like that, which was here somewhere, and over this field to the first fell, you can park up there and make it easier for yourself. Or, you know, if you just want to get very close, or even do one fell, whatever, I'd park in Underbarrow. And as I mentioned about this one, there's the mushroom right there, Scout Scar mushroom. And Scout Scar's summit was around this area, and the other summit was here on the corner. But yeah, it's nice and simple, that one, and good bit of free parking, but just make sure you get there as early as possible, as it fills up quick. And a brief look at the route. So as I say, I started here and I had to walk down the roads and back up on myself as there was nowhere to cut through. This was about 15 minutes up this road across the motorway and onto the fells. And as I mentioned on the video, I did go to this cairn, which I didn't need to. Yeah, but looking at it here, even on a topo map, I just followed this line and all the way to Scout Scar's summit, which is there at 229 metres. So as I've mentioned a few times, a lot of these aren't marked out on the maps properly. It doesn't even mention it on the Ordnance Survey there, that's the summit. So yeah, just cut that out if you want that cairn. It was absolutely pointless. And head straight to the summit. And then it's literally probably 5 or 10 minutes to the mushroom, which was here. So as I mentioned in the video, that was built to commemorate King George V. And something really good to look at. It'd be really nice to go up there on a good day and look at the surrounding fells and stuff like that. And you've actually got that map around the top that explains it all, which was really good. I like that. But if you look here, the parking and the other parking there. So if you want to just come up and go to the shelter, maybe that's your thing. Probably 5 or 10 minutes, if that, to the mushroom. Pretty close. Took a little break there and headed on through the forest part, or the woodlands, which was really small. You walk past the Bradley Field radio mast, which was quite good to look at. Didn't even know that was up there. But I was even talking about that park, and I'd even used that if you're in a camper van or something like that, and you could stay there overnight. And then yeah, it's nice and straightforward to the other fell, to be honest. Cunswick Scar, just literally a straight walk after you turn here, and you follow a line all the way to the summit. It's listed here as Cunswick Fell, whatever you want to call it, Cunswick Scar, Cunswick Fell, up to you. And yeah, the cairn's up here at 207 metres. Did really enjoy that one, as there were a lot of calves on the field, and I love animals, man, so it was a good surprise. And with the weather changing and the mist was lifting, got some really good views over towards like Kentmere and stuff like that, so it was a pleasant surprise and really enjoyed that. And do you know what, that route's pretty solid, man. Apart from the part at the start where there was a bit of mud, it's really good, the route. And yeah, coming off here, it's pretty straightforward, back to your car. So I followed the proper Ordnance Survey path. I had to cross the motorway bridge. This was the part where I seen that spectre. That was actually good, but I did notice watching back on the video, it was there the whole day, but it was very visible while I was in that field. Yeah, it was really good that I enjoyed that. Yeah, here's the other view, like, over the motorway bridge, and it was just straightforward. These were like farmers' fields I went over. And the map was saying I could have come up here somewhere and I ran through like a woodland, but I just decided to take this road back just because I knew it was a straight road. And I think I mentioned there was a mine here. Oh, so yeah, it's like a quarry, mine, whatever, if that's the same thing. I did notice a lot of machinery and they were actually active at the time. It was quite interesting. And here, I think it was the recycling centre or maybe the tip that I passed. It doesn't mention it there, but yeah, I've seen bin wagons driving in now. But yeah, conveniently, that road ended up on the road I parked on. So it's a nice, easy route, that one. Just a quick look at the stats from the route. 6.7 miles. And not a lot of ascent on it, to be honest. No, not loads. And what was it? Moving time, 2 hours 14 minutes. And in total, 2 hours and 22 minutes. So them breaks I must have took were probably about 2 or 3 minutes. Obviously, when I'm on my own, I just crack on through it. He ends up having a butty in the car afterwards anyway. But yeah, just a brief look at the route. As I've said in the past with some of these outlying fells, I actually considered not doing any more of the outliers after the one that was really boggy that I done a few months ago. And I thought, you know what, why not carry them on and see where they go? And that's just proof that they are actually good, some of them. You know, they're not all going to be perfect and all the routes aren't going to be great, but I'm really glad I've done that one. And I think if you're just looking for something short and not too taxing, I'd be looking at that. They were two of the best fells I've been on, to be honest, and I'd love to do it in more clear day. But yeah, all in all, it was a great day for me and well worth doing, so I will carry on with the outliers just over time. Not going to rush through them and see where we get with them. But yeah, as always, I'll link everything in the description below and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.